Hi, welcome to Nia's Divine Garden. This is Iadania with an unplanned stream of thought. So this stemmed from a couple of things. I had the thought earlier, just a little seed, and it was about initially simply about Ifa. It was about um, people with the various children of the Orisha tradition tree feeling like their tradition, their practice may be better or so than someone else's. Then there was, um, some time passed and I was writing and I was listening to Abraham Hicks. And Abraham Hicks would probably say that I was in the receiving mode. And in that, you know, or receptivity, I thought in different, same, similar thought, just in a more overarching way, is that we sometimes are still operating in a vibration that someone has to be better at someone else. And because they don't do this thing this way and have this particular set of structure or whatever, they can't possibly be as quote unquote spiritual as the next person. And it is this belief that you can't find God unless you operate in a certain way. When if you have, especially if you consider yourself to be someone quote unquote spiritual, if you have the belief that each person is simply the most high having a human experience, that's what we all are. We're all the creator having a human experience. Then the creator has decided, I want to experience myself in this way. This is how I would like to experience myself. Now, this is not to say there are not people operating in such a way that maybe they're so separated from the memory of who they are. They may be attaching to beliefs that could be what we might perceive on the outside as unhealthy and limiting and things like that. But on the other side, if that person is not in a state of receptivity to do something different, to see something different, to be something different, then that just is what it is. The beautiful thing is that, especially again, if you're someone with a spiritual walk and understand reincarnation, that person will have an opportunity to do it different. Maybe not this life, but they will. They'll have an opportunity to do it different. Your role may have simply been to plant a seed. But the notion that this person can't possibly be as connected, as powerful, or whatever, because they don't do something the way that you do it. Okay, I'm gonna use veiling as a good example. Most of you, if you've been watching my videos around, knows you've never seen me veiled, not once. For people who don't know what veiling is, you've never seen me with a head wrap on. Not a head wrap, a scarf, headband. You've seen me with ponytails, my two, locked pigtails, whatever. But that's the most you have ever seen. You have never full blown seen me veil. This is not to say I don't veil in some fashion. It's cool out. I have a hoodie and I don't always wear my hoodie up. But when I feel called to put it on, I do. But in the grander, broader scheme, do I feel like I have not ever felt like I needed to invest in like the times where I put head wraps on, I feel like I was trying to look the way I felt like I should look based upon where I was at that time. Like, okay, now I'm, on this spiritual journey. I guess I need to wrap my head. And the thing is, no one told me to do that. It was just I saw other people doing it, so I was. And it is, I just don't feel like I have to. I understand the tradition and the reason others veil. There's nothing wrong with that. What I will say is, even in my initiated house, not all of us were called to veil. Specifically, like we just were not. Some of us, based on certain things, were told to veil at certain times. But there was no, all of you need to make sure you do this, that, and the other thing. Why? Because that's not the medicine that our particular energies needed. Then that's the thing. As all of our energies are also one, all of our energies are also expressing, though, currently in an individualized state. And because of that, that experience of other energies is unique to this particular energetic expression. So the fact that I don't veil doesn't make me less spiritual. It also doesn't mean that I'm not protected. I am. I am. I also know when I need to cleanse, like not just simply wash my hair, but I will go in and cleanse and do a spiritual wash on my head. I know I have to do those regularly. And I just know that I need to do that. And that's for me. That doesn't mean like I will be working with students like, hey, you need to make sure you spiritually wash your head on right. No. A good spiritual bath, just like you take a regular bath, yes, absolutely. But like a full like I need to detox type of the thing. Huh. So the notion that because someone didn't do something a certain way, the notion that someone does something a certain way makes them less spiritual or less tapped in, I feel like that's still us operating an ego. We still have not transcended the judgment piece. If someone comes to you and you're in the role of a teacher, an elder, what have you, and they're trying to learn based on your tradition, then frame it in that way. This is what I was taught. So I'm going to teach it to you the way I learned it. However, at the end of the day, your relationship with the divine is still yours. Your relationship with Source, your relationship with Orisha, your relationship with angels, whatever you resonate with, your relationship after the teaching then becomes yours. This is why, if you study with me, I don't teach you ancestor veneration first. You get self love. There is no way around it. If you come to me to get spiritual mentorship, the very first thing we're going to do is self love. Because you have to have a relationship with yourself first before you go out, quote unquote, outside of you. You need the relationship with you, within you, so that you know what is and is not for you. This includes how to work with your ancestors. Your ancestral practice, even if nuanced from an indigenous tradition, is still your ancestors, your practice. When I hear people say, oh my God, they did a video and showed their ancestor altar, my ancestors, your ancestors. There's the key there. Yours. You don't know what their ancestors told them to do. Their ancestors may have said, I want you to teach ancestor veneration, and this is the way that I want you to teach it. Who are you to judge? Who are any of us? There are so many people right now who are realizing that their relationship with God was based upon a less than accurate story, a less than accurate interpretation, a one-sided experience. We'll say it like that. There were people who took the knowing of a higher power and weaponized it and used it for their own ends. And then there are people who are realizing this truth and saying, no more. But they're also saying, well, what do I do now? And to those people, I would say, the creator. You're living in creation. There's everything. Everything is of source. You can experience God in a multitude of ways. You need to tap into God that is you and discern in this lifetime, how did God want to experience herself? How did she want to feel when communing from the physical to the spiritual? Everybody's not meant to use tarot cards, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to believe that they're evil. It's a piece of paper. Let's go ahead and it's a piece of paper with pictures on it. Because you can't discern what the picture means doesn't mean the picture means something evil. Numerology, numbers, the fact that somebody's higher self tapped into a code and understood what this code meant and said, I'm going to teach others how to utilize this code so they too can connect to their soul in a deeper way. Because you're not the one that tapped into it. You're not the one that understood it, or it didn't come from somebody that someone told you was important. Doesn't make it easy. You will go to an edifice, a building, sit there, and they will tell you that this person coming to visit is a prophet who's going to divine for the congregation. But when a member of your family has been tapped by source and is able to do the same thing, but because they're not doing it in this edifice, you can't receive them. When God blessed you to have your own blood right there with you. For lack of a better way to put it, the program, the indoctrination that there must be someone who is not close to God. That's what it is. There must, oh my God, okay. I told you it's a stream of consciousness. Like, there must be somebody who isn't close to God. Well, these people who are out here on the street, they can't be close to God. They must not know, they must not be tapped in because they're on the street. Maybe they were ballers in a previous life. And their soul said, in this life, I want to be humbled. So I need to struggle some. They also could be out there because some of us who know how to do money magic, some of us who know how to do manifestation, some of us who know how to do candle work have not offered to go sit there with them and do candle work on behalf of the homeless. Haven't held a class for them, reminded them of who they are, looked at their birth chart, pulled their numerology chart and said, hey, laid hands on the ground that you know that they sleep on and put healing into that ground, detached their essence from it so that they can move past this place and go to where they're supposed to be, sheltered. And that is not a one-person job. That is a collective spiritual group saying, we're going to do this. And that energy exchange will reverberate back to us. But we're going to use the resources we have to help the ones who don't have the resources elevate beyond this place if that is the calling of their soul. And all we can do is, whoever is aligned to this energy, We're here to help you elevate past this point of your journey. But it's like somebody has to be less than everyone. That's why my Soulful Saturday is going to be about worthiness. Everyone is worthy of a one-on-one, personal, individualized, custom-made relationship with their creator. They don't need no building, no person to get them there. They may need help learning how to get there themselves. But once they know, they know. And it's not that, they'll stop needing advice and things like that. I still need advice. I have a very nice personal relationship with my creator that continues to evolve and grow and develop, but I'm still a human. As much as I am as a goddess, winged in all things, I'm still human too. I could do both. And sometimes I need someone that, help me see when I'm caught up in my humanness. For me, sometimes I can be too grounded. So I need someone to help lift me back up. But everyone is worthy of a relationship with the Most High that is true and authentic to them. Everyone is worthy of the opportunity to look in the mirror and look in their face and see God. Everyone is worthy of prosperity in overwhelming amounts of abundance because the world is abundant. Understanding that your experience is individualized for you. So if you feel the world is ghetto, then stop manifesting ghetto experiences. Unpopular opinion. Your relationship with Earth is a reflection of you. And I no longer feel like I want to apologize that even when things don't go exactly the way I want them to, I don't have a hate relationship with this realm. I don't. Are there, moments of, dang, I wish I could load a little bit? Sure, that'd be dope. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a little afraid of heights still. But I don't have this relationship like, oh my God, I hate my, you know, this ill, ick body flesh. No, no. Have you been kissed before? That show is awesome. Have you been hugged? When was the last time you got a good, oh my gosh. Yes. Some nice big hands. Yes. Scoop you up. Yes. Can't do that without a physical. That's a physical body thing. I like that. I enjoy it. I love snuggling my kids. I like to smell them when they smell good. I like to smell them. I like watching someone come to my door and open when I open it, them lose their breath. I like that. I'm cool with that. That can happen a lot. I'm cool with that. That is because I have decided to have a beautiful relationship with creation. It's not that I don't see, I see, you know? I see what y'all are doing to the world. I see what y'all do to children and each other. Like, I cannot live in y'all's darkness. I am choosing to live someplace else. So when y'all tell me about things, I'm like, I had no idea. It's been on purpose. Like it's on purpose. Like it's some strong intentions. It's on purpose. When I don't share certain posts, that's because when I go back in my Facebook memories, I don't want to have a bunch of posts of somebody, you know, I just don't want those in my memories. I just don't. I'll remember. My memory is long. I'll remember. Inspired action. If they're not vegan, but they still say they're spiritual, they are. If they listen to trap music and read tarot cards, they just really might be a master diviner. Just to talk about that, I would listen to Lemonade, Gucci Man, for a couple of days straight. I don't know why. I just really wanted to listen to Lemonade. And it was just like, that was my song for like 3 days. For like 3 days straight, every day, I had to listen to Gucci Man Lemonade. I have still, to this moment, have no idea why. I don't know. Maybe I need to do a lemon wash. Who knows? But I was in those 3 days, my vibration was so high. I was just like singing and dancing and feeling good. Understand when we are, we know how to segment. We can still enjoy our life. I don't have to. What came and I can tell that was spirit because, like, what? I don't have to be all down in the doldrums. I don't know whose word choice this was because it was not mine. Like, what? Which one of you said this? Which one of you decided doldrums was what the word choice of the day? You know, somebody listed one of y'all's guys probably did like, you're all down in the doldrums. No, nobody want to be down in the doldrums. Nobody want to do that. Understand, as you teach from a place of individualism. Understand that it will resonate with who it needs to resonate with. And stop using your ancestors as a weapon. God. Oh my gosh. Like that slipped in there so smooth. Like, yo, stop that. It's not their job to come to your rescue because you pissed somebody off. Mm. And you don't always have to say this. You ain't gotta always, my ancestors go to blah, 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 blah. Really? Stop that. What? So you became spiritual now? So instead of told, so you started being spiritual now. So instead of throwing guns in the air, you throw your ancestors. What? What? Please make it make sense. What are you doing? Okay. You know what? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna eat this that cake. I'm gonna eat this. See this? I'm gonna eat this that cake. Get ready for my client. But yeah, I just wanted to. I felt like I needed to talk, and I couldn't decide which way to go live, so I decided not to go live. You're the winner. Yay! All right, y'all, be blessed. Love each other. Please subscribe to my channel. Help a beautiful sister out. Give us a like, share the content, share the things, share the things. Somebody else might be needed to receive this. Okay, Ashe.